Hi everybody, it's Miss Jackie from the Right Memorial Public Library. I'm here today to bring you a book recommendation. The book is called By Any Means Necessary, a novel. It's by Candice Montgomery. It's an interesting teen title that I would recommend for kids who are in high school. You might find some junior high students who are interested in it, but it does have PG-13 language in it. So if that matters to your family, you want to take that into consideration. I think plenty of college students and older adults would enjoy this book too. The book By Any Means Necessary stars Torrey, who's a young black man living in California who is the first in his family to go to college. He is desperate to leave behind his old life in Los Angeles. Is full of trials and tribulations and a life he just does not want to live. He worked his tush off to get into college in San Francisco, and now that he's there, the very first day he arrives, he gets an ominous phone call from his auntie. The family farm is going to be repossessed, and it's only him who can save it. The book is all about balancing the old with the new, trying to form a new life for yourself separate from your past, while never wanting to let go of the best parts of the past. How can you select the best of both worlds while letting go of all the stuff that doesn't serve you? The book includes more than a slice of college life. Most definitely goes into the urban atmosphere, which Torrey grew up in, family relations everywhere, and even a little bit of romance. There's a lot in here about how race affects different people in a community, whether it is a college community or whether it is a broad city, a tiny neighborhood, even within a single family or romantic relationship. I think it is a sophisticated novel that longs to be turned into a Netflix series, and it's well worth a read. Please follow along here as I read you an excerpt. If you enjoy the book, enjoy the excerpt, you may wish to request the book for yourself. It is available as an ebook through the Right Memorial Public Library. Visit rightlibrary.org to request it today. There is a special kind of hell for people who wait to open their official-looking mail. People like me. It's not my fault. Can I say that? Shake the blame here? It's the way my Aunt Lisa always operates. Having her in my life for 17 years has ingrained in me a long habit of avoiding bill collectors, debt companies, delinquent hospital bills, and Girl Scouts. Those cute little will finesse you for $50 and 10 boxes of Thin Mints before you can blink twice. The Girl Scouts, not the debt collectors. I like to call this horrific habit a symptom of poverty PTSD. I won't trademark that. You're welcome. Have at it. The avoidance, not the addiction to waxy chocolate mint cookies. Comes from being broke all the time, from being a black kid constantly screwed over by the system, unable to catch a break, from hearing your uncle's been gunned down by the police for no discernible reason. So here we are, jump cut to me, standing just over the threshold of my new home, my new dorm room at college, duffel heavy on my back, phone to my head as my Auntie Lisa yells in my ear, "Torrey, did you hear what I just said?" Yes, but my brain's like waiting for a jump start or something, and my silly self doesn't own jumper cables. I also suddenly have to pee, but I don't think I passed a men's bathroom on the way up. Lisa, my aunt by marriage, is the one in charge. I put things in her hands as I left for what I naively thought was my way out. My one and probably only chance to walk away from the thin strings holding me to the shreds of my sad excuse for a family. But this? My bees? I trusted her to handle this, and I don't know how things have already fallen apart. I laid everything out. I put the entire operation on a silver platter and said, "Here, Auntie, bees, simplicity, money, all you." She isn't the best at organization, but she's smart, capable, a scientist even. But should have expected it, you know? The neighborhood doesn't just let you walk. It doesn't just let you out, sans so much as a scratch or a backwards glance. "Tor, listen to me." And then she enunciates, which is probably a good thing. "This letter is talking about shutting down and selling the apiary." Even though I just dropped my bags, I say, I'm coming home. Calling it home is such a farce. Home is a safe haven. Baldwin Hills is a place I reside. What? No, you're not. There's no reason for you to come home. Not yet. Then why would she call me with this letter all panicked? Where are you? Where's Theo? I'm at Theo's now. So he knows? What's he saying? For a second, there's some shuffling on her end of the line, and it prompts me to walk fully inside the dorm room. It's a double. Not huge, but big enough for at least, and at most, two people to breathe in at the same time. Aunt Lisa exhales slowly. She mostly does this for me to help regulate my breathing. Well, you know Theo, baby. I am very self-actualized. Self-actualized enough that I understand that Lisa is my stand-in for maternal comfort, and has been for a while now. She doesn't have any kids of her own, and she's only like a decade older than me. But still, she's all I got anymore, and all I want, really. My high school counselor used to say I was lying to myself about wanting more, because I never got a real mom. Whatever that is. And I guess I'm supposed to feel cheated out of that? Like I said, I'm self-actualized, and Lisa's enough. TT, can they really do that? I ask. TT. Kind of funny, isn't it? How universal the nickname is. It's a term all black kids grow up knowing their favorite auntie as. Her voice gets thick, and I can see in my head, clear as day, that she's sucking on a cigarette, cherry red lipstick staining the paper. She didn't start smoking until her husband, my Uncle Miles, died. I haven't even gotten to make sure you're settling in okay. She's shaking her head right now, I know it. Technically, yes, they can. The letter states there are unpaid property taxes, and as a result, the property is being seized. Unpaid property? What? But Theo fell behind, couldn't catch up. Fell behind? That's some nonsense. My back finds the wall, and I give in, sliding down into a melted heap of boy on the floor. True as that may be, don't you cuss at me, boy. I'm not the one. She really isn't. I apologize. I know better than to say I'm sorry. Not in black families. You ain't say sorry, boy. You ain't never sorry. She says. I understand what you're saying, and I want you to know Miles never wanted this kind of stress on you. He'd encourage you to save yourself before ever thinking about those bees. But Theo, on the other hand, yeah, he never wanted the farm, TT. You know this. I know this. Theo only agreed to handle the financial end of things because when Uncle Miles died, he left his bee farm to me, and I was underage at the time. But I'm sure if Theo had felt like a way to keep his son with him, it felt that way to me. It's what I thought I wanted, owning and running the apiary. I've been working with or learning about bees for forever. Working with bees meant working with Uncle Miles. Uncle Miles is and was the apiary. It was just me and Uncle Miles out there, shooting the breeze, talking, commiserating. He met me on his level, never treated me like a kid who couldn't understand things. Bothered to take the time and teach me things that were new. Bothered to educate me, bothered to give a care. Yeah, just me and Uncle Miles and the bees. I've loved bees longer than I've loved those frosted brown sugar Pop-Tarts, and for real, that is saying something. I promise you it is. Uncle Miles made sure of that. But Theo, he never wanted any of this. Thinks the apiary is a waste of space, time, and money. Commonly refers to it as the punk rich business. So I wouldn't be all that shocked if this dude fell behind and just decided not to give a single care about it when things got hot. Low-key, I feel like I'm gonna cry when a deep voice behind me says, "Hey, this is real heavy. Could I get some help?" And just inside my doorway is Dash. Dasharu, but Dash. I recognize his tree trunk of a body and his full head of almost too much curly black hair. Coming to an immediate stand, phone crushed between my shoulder and ear, I grab the largest suitcase from him. It's covered in Sharpie tags, doodles, and different stickers, but the largest and most prominent of them, all the ones I can catch and can differentiate at a glance anyway, are the two flags. One for Korea, one for India. Dash reps his people hard. That's no secret. Just take a gander at his Facebook reposts. When his bags settled on his side of the room, they aren't settled, they're just thrown haphazardly on his bare mattress, his backpack on top of one suitcase, and the larger suitcase I grabbed is the only one that's upright. We sit on our respective mattresses. TT, I gotta go. Let me call you back. And I hang up before she can yell at me not to. I'm gonna pay for that later. I already know. Dash pulls his hoodie off, tosses it into the corner. When we selected our roommate preferences, I chose the no preference option, meaning I could wind up with a neat freak or a cyclone of a human, never a thing in place. I'm somewhere in the middle, so I figured it didn't matter. Dash is the latter. We spent the past few weeks DMing about it, among other things. But mostly that Dash has zero plans to clean, organize anything because, you think I'm gonna clean anything when finally my mother isn't around to nag me about it? I drop my phone on the floor and it makes a nice thud sound. He takes one look at me. Listen, here's the thing about Dash. He doesn't know what personal boundaries are. He doesn't care if asking you about that sore on your lip in polite company is just a smidge too loud. He doesn't care if the way he eats, he doesn't breathe, like, not once during the entire meal does he stop to take a breath. He doesn't care if the way he eats is horrifying and probably a little bit dangerous. He doesn't care if you're not ready to have his Nikon pointed right up in your grill. Dash doesn't care. I've learned all of this from his texts, Facebook messages, and the occasional FaceTime session with him since having been introduced 2 months ago. And these are the things that make Dash endearing. The loudness, the devil may care, the camera that's permanently attached to his hand. Those are the things that make it easy to be friends with him. He's either going to judge you or he's not. But no matter what, he's going to stick around and probably photograph it. Still, even though I like Dash, I don't know him when it comes down to it. I'm not the kind of person who's going to let all my walls down just because you tagged me in some random meme on Facebook once. I scrub a hand across my head. Dash clears his throat. Dang, who died? I shake my head. Me. I'm kind of feeling like it's me.